Have you ever noticed a man who lives completely alone, no girlfriend, no wife, and does not seem bothered by it at all? His place is quiet, his routine is his own, and he is genuinely fine with that. Most people assume something is wrong. Psychology says it is usually the opposite, and there are real reasons behind it. The first reason comes down to something called autonomy satisfaction. Psychology describes this as a core human need to feel in control of your space and decisions. For a lot of men, living alone meets that need directly. No negotiating the thermostat, no compromising the schedule, just full ownership of their own life. That control is not loneliness. It is a genuine source of peace. There is also a pattern called secure attachment without dependency. Some men form deep bonds with friends, family, and work, and that network meets their emotional needs well enough that a romantic partner is not filling a gap because there is not one to fill. Their emotional world is already stable, so a relationship becomes optional rather than necessary. On top of that, many of these men are shaped by something psychologists call preference clarity. When someone knows exactly what kind of life, partner, and relationship they actually want, they become far less willing to settle for anything less, even if that means staying single for years. That is not pickiness. That is self-knowledge doing its job. Another piece of it is simple conditioning through positive experience. If solitude has consistently felt good, productive, calm, and undisturbed, the brain starts associating being alone with reward instead of lack. Over time, that association gets reinforced every single day he lives it, making solitude feel less like an absence and more like a preference. There is also something deeper happening for a lot of these men, a quiet rejection of the idea that a life only counts once someone else is in it. Society often frames a man living alone as incomplete, waiting for a woman to finally arrive and make his life real. Men who have moved past that framing simply stopped measuring their life against a milestone they never fully agreed to in the first place. And here is the part most people get wrong. A man living alone is not necessarily avoiding connection, hiding from intimacy, or unable to attract a partner. Often, it is the opposite. He is simply unwilling to trade a life that already works for a relationship that does not clearly improve it. What looks like isolation from the outside is frequently just contentment from the inside. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus wrote that freedom is the only worthy goal in life, and it is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. A man who has found peace in his own company has won that freedom. He does not need external validation to feel whole. He does not need someone else to complete him because he is already complete. That is not loneliness. That is self-mastery. And contentment rarely needs to explain itself. A man living alone is not always missing something. Sometimes he has just found something most people never do: peace with his own company.